Hey, welcome to another huge week on the Parker and the Man page at yournews.com. Mark Wilson with your webcam for this Monday, May 17th. Yes, May 17th, 2010. Check out my column today. A little while back, I wrote about the Silverdome when that sale first went through and they had the whole auction thing. Now I have the plan on what to do with the Silverdome. It's nothing major. It's nothing spectacular. You got that soccer thing happening. I believe, this is what the piece is about today, that we ought to put soccer in the Silverdome permanently. Yes, bring in the MLS, bring in whatever it's called, Major League Soccer, you know, the whole LA Galaxy, David Beckham thing. And let's get a soccer team here. We've had soccer in the past, the old Detroit Express. I think we had a team called the Detroit Cougars. We had the indoor soccer with the Rockers and the Neon and the Safari. I'm not a soccer disser. I'm a soccer lover. I used to do the high school championship games on Pass and Comcast for years. I think it was about a decade. I did Rocker Soccer on Comcast TV too. I was the play-by-play guy. So I'm not a guy who's one of those media soccer haters. I'm a digger. I like it. So I say let's bring soccer into the Silverdome, much like the '94 World Cup when it came here. Let's get the grass in there or something like it. Remember when MSU's Trey Rogers from Turf Management put real soccer in the Silverdome for the World Cup? It was 16 years ago now. Unbelievable. But that's what I think should happen. I think we ought to put soccer in there. It's not, I drive by it and you go on an update and you see how bad the place looks. The goalposts were going like this, weeds coming out. Now they painted it up a little bit. Inside is nicer. Supposedly, I haven't seen it inside, but that's what they're saying. For this thing coming up, this green tournament involving other countries, not the United States, but others involved. And that's what I just think. I just think we ought to go with soccer. I think it's the best option, and let's get Illich or someone to put a real soccer team in there. Go spend some money, and let's get soccer in the Silverdome. So that's what the piece is about today. Other stuff in the tweets and feats, the Tigers showing some cajones and showing that they mean business and kind of sending a message. Max Scherzer and Scott Sizemore not getting it done. Sent them down to Toledo, down to the minors, and brought up Danny Worth and Armando Galarraga. Galarraga is back. Both paid dividends in the win over the Red Sox on Sunday. Worth got his first Major League hit, an RBI. Miguel Cabrera got the ball for him, and Galarraga got the win. So maybe Galarraga can recapture some of that magic from a couple of years ago when he won 13 games and really did a nice job and looked like he might be a stalwart on the mainstay on the Tiger staff. And then he kind of faded off into oblivion in '09, but looked like the Galarraga of old, if you will, against the Red Sox. And you know what? I'm telling you, can't have it both ways. Tigers take 3 out of 4 from the Yanks, 2 out of 3 from the Red Sox. Got the White Sox coming in now. It's got to mean something. And Jim Leland didn't have time to waste. So he and Dabrowski put their minds together and said, let's make this move now. Let's bring these two kids up. Carlos Guillen is going to come back, and he'll play second. But for the moment, Danny Worth and Galarraga are back up. Scherzer and Sizemore are down. And again, this is a message sent that it's not going to be acceptable to be subpar on this Tiger team when this is now looks like a winnable AL Central again as to how bad the Central is with the Twins and the Royals and the White Sox and the Indians. So the Tigers might be in the mix all summer and into the early autumn. So that could be interesting stuff. Plus, also read about the Mohawk Men. I've dubbed them the Mohawk Men, the Mohawk Men. I'm not going to do it, but they did. Bullpen shaved the sides of their heads and let the Mohawk thing going. Jose Valverde, who I think was the instigator, and he didn't have it done. He's the only one that didn't. So, but as good as that guy can close, I don't care what he does with his hair. But the other guys, Phil Koch, Futeni, Ryan Perry, even Alex Savala, they all got their heads done, and they got the Mohawk thing going. So, little kind of channeling their inner 1990s, but it's okay. They got a little bonding thing happening. So it's the Mohawk Men. Give it up. Get a nickname now for the bullpen. Also, Richard Petty. I saw him at the race at Dover yesterday. Is it just me, or does Richard Petty look no different than he did the last time he won a race in 1984? I think that was the race that Reagan was at, the Firecracker 400 at Daytona. But I saw Richard Petty at Dover, and I said, is that Petty today? He's 72. He looks 20 years younger. He's always looked craggly and old, but just the same. I think he stopped racing in 93, the all-time 200 wins and all that stuff. The King, Richard Petty. And he was doing the start your engines thing, and Kyle Busch won the race. That Kyle Busch won too this weekend, but there he was with the cowboy hat and looked great. I was amazed. The Belmont Stakes, neither Super Saver nor the Preakness winner looking at lucky. I was wrong about that, but I did get the Derby winner right. Will run the Belmont. It's made the Belmont insignificant. So there's some history there that I wrote about as to Preakness and Derby winners who didn't go to the Belmont, or you know what I'm talking about. You got the idea. It's made it insignificant on June 5th. I don't even know what. We'll watch it because it's 2 minutes, but still, it doesn't mean very much, especially since the last time we had a Triple Crown winner now in 1978. It's now been 32 years. Give it up to Rima Fakih from Dearborn, 24 years old. She is the new Miss USA. Was on TV in 2 hours on NBC from Las Vegas, from Planet Hollywood yesterday, and she is the new Miss USA from Miss Michigan. I think she's been here since 03, state of Michigan, but she is from Dearborn, and she represented the state, and she's gorgeous, just hot and gorgeous. And by the way, I can call her hot because if you're going to keep doing swimsuit, that's what you get. So until you take the swimsuit away, hot. But Rima Fakih, outstanding. Smart, got it going on. Good for her. I think she goes to the Miss Universe pageant now. She's the third girl from the state of Michigan to win Miss USA. 4 have won Miss America, the most recent being Kirsten Hagelin from Farmington in 2008. That was Miss America. Miss USA, the only 3. 2 from Detroit, now Rima Fakih from Dearborn. First Arab American to win the Miss USA pageant, and good for her. We give it up to her today. We got a representative from, we got Miss USA in the state of Michigan. What else do I got to tell you? And the Lions Bocce Ball Tournament returns tomorrow at Palazzo de Bocce in Lake Orion, Orion Township. Call them for more info, but you can go watch it. The Lions, Steve Mariucci started this in 04. We did our show live a couple of times from there. And the bocce ball's back. Big money, raises good, nice proceeds for charity. So it's everybody's a winner. It's the one time all year where you can say, and I wrote this, that the Lions are winners. So good for them. I'm giving up to them too because they keep the bocce ball thing intact, I think for a 7th straight year. So check all that out. The piece in the Silverdome in soccer. The Tigers doing their business. Leland and Dabrowski not putting up with it. Saying to Max Scherzer and Scott Sizemore out. Danny Worth and Armando Galarraga in. Mohawk men, the Mohawk men. If you win the Central Division, I might do it. Since you haven't won a division since 87, I'll shave my... No, I won't. No, I'm not committing to that yet. But the Mohawk men, the bullpen. Richard Patty, Belmont Steaks, Rima Fakih, Miss USA, and the Bocce Ball. It's all there on the Parker and the Man page at yournews.com. What a big week we got coming up, middle of the month of May, huh?